Hi there, guys. It's Keep It Real Blabs. Welcome or welcome back. Volume good, good, good. Okay. So, I am so happy to be back. I put out a video today, this morning, and I have another one that's coming out, but the audio is kind of screwy. So I'm gonna do my best to fix it. If not, I'm gonna have to re-record it. And oh God, it was such a long video. But anyhow, um, if it, it looks gonna be looking a little bit, like uh, I was gonna say sickly frail Victorian child, but just a chubby thick Victorian child, because my eyes are still covered in Vaseline. I had some sort of dermatitis, blah blah issues, so I'm trying to look my best here. So, but you guys aren't here for this. You guys are here for what's going on here. So we are going to be the video that has the editing issues is the one where Tammie calls Amber. They have that whole conversation. Now I know there's been a lot of things that have happened in between that, but I want to jump to this, which is the latest Tammie and Jordy conversation. The third one, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. I'm not exactly sure at this moment, but we can work our way back because if I keep working, from like stuff that happened days ago, I'm gonna still like whenever I upload, it's gonna be like late news. So, all right, so this is what we're gonna be doing and hope for the best. So I believe let's see, uh, call started at 108:49. So that's what I want to actually go. I'm gonna go directly to that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Can you
nice
hear
to
me?
hear nice to hear from you again.
You too. So to answer your question about the phone, it is true. I turned off my mom's phone. The reason,
Okay, so I do remember this. Amberlyn did come on and say that her aunt is evil because she cut off her grandmother's phone. Um, you know what? At no point in that her sharing that information did she say, you know what, I'm gonna put it back on. So it's like um your aunt was doing your grandmother a favor anyhow. So but let's go on.
why I did it is because I just got my mom a new phone. Um, got it all hooked up for her because she was constantly having problems with her like real cheap phone that she had, and I was trying to bring her up to speed kind of thing. And then she was just going to pay me monthly for the service and insurance on it, and that didn't even last a month. So it was started on the 14th of last month. And so when everything happened, I'm 100% positive that this is the right decision for me. And so when the disowned statement, it is true for me on my side, 100%. I never want to talk to any of them again, but I will continue talking about them until I feel I've talked enough, because it has been kind of therapeutic in a weird kind of way. And I have gotten a lot of support and different perspectives. And I can't express how overwhelming it gets at times to hear people understand and can put themselves in my place, because I haven't
I
had that in a long time.
oh,
So,
can't do that. I bet Tammie is like for the first time in a really long time, she's not crazy. Um, her family sounds atrocious, and yeah, Tammie has her faults, but um, yeah, she's been surrounded by so many horrible people. I bet it feels good and therapeutic.
there's sometimes that I watch some reactions, and when they're just getting it, they're absolutely getting it. You guys make so many comments that I'm just like, oh, wow, not only am I being heard, but I'm being understood. So I don't know when this will all end for me, but I know it's not anytime real soon, especially since her mouth keeps wanting to talk and talk the crap that she talks. So back to the phone thing, that's why I chose to do that. When my mother's first action after this all began was to say, I want my will back, I knew what she was trying to do, and that was just another manipulation. And I didn't fall for it, gave it back to her immediately. So then I just sent her a text and said, just a heads up, I'm going to need my phone back. At first, I did say I would give her to the 3rd of the month because that was the day that she had paid me for the phone, even though she had gotten the service the 14th the month before. And so I was going to give her till the 3rd to get another phone and, get it all together and stuff. And then I guess the human part of me kicked in a little bit, the hurt part. The petty part, we all have a little bit of that
I
in
don't
us at
know
times.
if I should leave this open. Should I? I think that's. Oh no, this looks horrible. Theater? That? I think that could be better now.
And I think that peaked its head because I can't get over the fact that my mother wanted my sister to find out after she was dead what she had done behind her back. And the fact that even after my sister and Amber found out this information, the fact that they still are like kind of doing what they're doing and like, oh, that's okay that she did that, because their whole goal is the house.
Oh
So,
yeah, they're probably very happy with your decision.
Yeah, and again, I never wanted it. I never wanted it. I mean, who would turn around, some money to put down, and that's another thing. When it was a life insurance kind of thing, I told them whatever I got from it, I would just make a lump sum down on my house that I'm paying. So I really just was never ever concerned about the details. Apparently they were a lot more than I even, could imagine at that time. But that is why I made the abrupt decision. The very next day, I ended up suspending my mom's phone line. And the petty part of that was I could put myself in my sister's place ever since this happened, when it got changed, how that would feel right after losing our mother, to have to deal with that blow. And the fact that my mom wanted my sister to even feel any level of that made the petty part come out for me. So I wanted my mom to feel what I think would be like 1/100th of that feeling when she went to use her phone and realized I had taken it away from her.
I think that that's fair, and I mean, you're under no obligation to facilitate
Exactly.
that for her. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
she's. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
but
going to try not to talk too much about my mom, just as the respective that she is.
Gotta say, they all sound horrible. Not just Amber and her mom, but her grandmother too. They all sound really, really just messy.
My mom, she is who brought me in this world. But at the end of the day, she definitely has that mentality that titles are just given.
yeah,
Like you should just respect her because she's your mom, and my grandkids should respect her because he's the grandma. Well,
Oh no, I don't think that. I don't believe that. I mean, yes, you do get some respect. But if you are a disrespectful person, that you don't get to keep that respect. Um, there's so many older people that.
always said you have to earn that. It does get given to you right out the gate. You kind of have to keep earning it to keep those titles. So it gets a little messy along the way.
I do think that it's shitty that Amber Lynn brought this information out for everyone to hear, trying to make you look like the bad guy.
Yeah, and she'll continue. But when I say I have no skeletons in my closet, nothing that I haven't said or would be willing to share, I'm no fear whatsoever. When she says square up, I say square up times 2. Come on, bring it. Bring your best shot, because I got so much and you literally have nothing on me. But
Uh,
she's going to try to make the storyline as if she does, but she truly doesn't. So,
yeah.
She does that for everybody, right? Um, for every single girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-partner. It's like I have so much tea on them. I have so much. You better not say anything because I have so much on you. And then when it's her time to talk, I'm not that person. You were lying.
I and
no
the
worries.
I and a lot of the people watching all of this, we had to laugh when we saw Amber Lynn say, "Oh, I'll talk to her and I'll talk to her real good, square up." And then when you guys finally had a conversation, she sat there in silence and cried.
Yeah, that was something to me too. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I haven't laughed
You know, Aunt Tammie slept so well that night.
over that a few times. I've never had someone tell me to square. I'm not that kind of person, by the way. I'm not really like that ghetto line kind of person, like square up, square. You know, it's just not me. But I mean, if you outright call me out in front of thousands of people and you think I'm not going to show up, I think she knows the difference now.
And you know what? It's funny because Amber does get that into that ghetto mentality. And I know a lot of you guys think, believe that ghetto is some sort of racist thing. It's not, all right? It's a type of person. Um there are ghetto people from all walks of life. So don't, if you're gonna be angry about that, I don't care. But yeah, she does have that ghetto mentality. Yeah, like, you want this, you want some of this, and but then when it's time to do something about it, she does nothing. Like, oh, I'm too lazy, I'm not like that, I'm the blah blah blah.
Oh, because I'll show up every time, especially when it comes to, you talking about me or my family. And I think she's done her fair share of that. And, over the years, I've sat back and I've let this pass and I've let that. We've talked about it, and now it's just, I just can't handle it. And she just don't stop, though.
Oh, this will continue to go on for a very long
yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Amber does.
Husband.
You know, even if Amber stops, which I think she is alluding to stopping because she says something that she's not going to be I think she made a live saying that that she wasn't going to be on social media for a while. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I really hope that Aunt Tammie keeps bringing out all these truths, um because yeah, people like her, people like Amber and her family needs to be outed. They are horrible.
Husband's mom today, and I said, "What do you think? What button do you think Amber could push right now to just send me another, And she said, talk about Brian, my husband, because I love that man more than I could have. I mean, God.
I mean, that's the same thing she did with Beck, isn't it? She just started talking about how awful Dakota was, and it turns out that Dakota had, skeletons in her closet. But and if you were to go and talk about Amberlynn's partner, whomever that may be, she's like, no, don't talk about them because it's none of it has nothing to do with this issue. But she is, bruised for me, not for D.
In my prayers with my husband. So I am very protective, and she knows that.
I think it was the other way around. I'm an idiot.
Love him more than anything in this world. And so that's why the update about, which I think is so funny too, the buffet thing. Yes, I seen her at the buffet. People are like, well, how did she see you at the buffet? So Amber thinks it's real funny to me because she was there. And I get what that insinuates, right? Who am I to say, haha, she was at a buffet when I was there too? The difference is, number one, I'm not 600 pounds. Number two, the reason why we go to this particular restaurant, it is my absolute favorite. It has every option that you could think of. Not everyone likes everything, but this particular restaurant has literally everything you can think of. So no matter if you're on a diet, if you're carnivore, if you're keto, if you're I don't give a fuck, it doesn't matter. You can leave there happy and get your choices. So that's why we go there a lot. And so we just happened to be getting off work that day, and on some days of work we get paid to eat depending on what the job was that day. So we choose there, and we just happen to be at the same place at the same time. But my answer to that was, let's compare plates. I'm on Mongolian grill, healthy beef and shrimp. You know, you're in deep fried section, so I don't know what to tell you about
Ooh.
Holy
that.
shit.
That's
Let's
just the fact.
let's come.
Hey, Amber did say that she you can eat out and be healthy too. Apparently not. Apparently not.
Compare plates. I like
Yes,
that.
any day of the week. I got so many pictures of the foods I eat, you know, because I'm just that person. I take a lot of pictures of what I eat, and there's times that, you know, I have to calculate it, and there's just a lot to it. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of more receipts. You know, I got what I eat.
When Amber was at the Chinese buffet, does she get up and make her own plate, or does she have your sister make it for her and bring it back to the table?
Okay, so the very first time I seen Amber, she was at the buffet getting her own whatever. I couldn't tell you what she was getting because actually, when I realized it was her, I kind of froze for a second because I didn't know how to process how I was feeling in that moment.
Hey, I think you can clock Amber from a mile away, no? There's no hiding that.
So I don't know what she was getting, but she was definitely getting whatever.
I want to see what
And
they're
then
saying.
after that, I didn't see her go up until she was exiting the restaurant. Now, going 100% on hearsay, but hearsay that I would believe in the situation, my mother would tell me that she has my sister go up and get her, I'll just say, additional plates because she is embarrassed to have people see her go up multiple times or what she puts on her plate.
Oh.
Which, and you know,
Come on, we all knew that. We all knew that anyhow. And Amber, stop hiding the real you because whether people see you going for another plate or not, we know how much you have to eat that size. You're not hiding anything. Uh, Keep living in your delusional mind, I guess.
this is becoming more and more clear why they don't want me around. It was like they could keep me around in the background to do what they wanted me for, right?
To drop off a
Not
vape.
really in their.
You know, I wonder how big Grammy's house is. Is it like something like really expensive, or are we looking at like I mean, houses are expensive, hella expensive right now. Um, are we looking at what, 300 grand more, half a mil more?
Their life because I would have said, like, what are you doing eating that? You know, like, what
Yeah,
the heck? And that's it's becoming more and more clear. Um,
She wants people around that she can bulldoze.
yeah.
that won't push back. That's exactly what.
And another thing through all this I've noticed, and this may sound, and I'll probably get chewed up for this, but it's process. It's a lot of processing for me right now. And when you see things a lot differently, some things become more clear, and other things bring up other questions. You know, so at times I'm like, what the heck is in common with these three women in my life that would, you know, add to this equation? Because it just seems so, it gets very overwhelming in my brain sometimes trying to just understand. And it comes down to one word for me, and I never thought I would say this, but it's jealousy. It's misplaced jealousy, but it is. My mom is jealous of me and has said it out of her own mouth. She has said things like, and this is when I constantly showed up for Amber when no other person gave a damn. I watched her videos. I text with her. I just tried for years and years, as you guys have started to see and will continue to see. That's my mind gets so full. My mom would say things like, you're already the best daughter, the best wife, the best mother, the best sister. You don't have to be the best auntie too, was their exact words. And I didn't really take it at face value there. It's like she gets.
I wonder, before Tammie explains what she thinks, I wonder if that is like a jealousy thing of her saying, you don't have to you don't have to um be the best at everything, um as a way of saying like, um don't spread yourself too thin, or I guess the way that that Tammie took it, as in, you're already good at all these things, why you need to be good at this too. um I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, right? It depends on grandma. Depends on what kind of person she is. um
Jealous over all the things that I do for my family, because the difference is I not only show up, I suit up. You know what I mean? I'm present, and I buy a lot of their needs based on love, not for show. My mom will buy one thing one time and be like, "Well, remember that time I bought them that dress?"
Holy so that's Amber. Amber's a piece of shit because, oh my god, I mean, yeah, I figured it would be family stuff, but grandma, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Um, well, genes, the genetics run strong, that's for sure.
Okay, they
Oh.
were 8. They're 19 now. Something like that. It's just crazy stuff. So
It's like when Amber used to tell Destiny, um I helped you with these bills and stuff like that, like, you do this for me, blah blah. So so warped.
have a relationship, and did even with the other daughter that we don't talk about off and on. She's always been my troubled person. We always have like a kid that you just have problems with. Most people do. She was mine. But I've always tried with my kids. I've always showed up. I've never lost my kids. I've never abused my kids. I tried to spank my child once, and that was hilarious. That didn't go well. So, it's just like we're very, very different. I don't know if you guys know, but my mom did not raise me or my sister. I have no childhood memories with my mom in my home. Not one. I've never had a mom and a dad. I called my dad my super mom. He got the Mother's Day gifts. Many years my mom was troubled.
Wow, so I guess Christine just kept up that generational trauma up, huh? I'm sorry to say this, but it makes me kind of sad to say, but at least Amber won't have the chance to do that to a child. I mean, fingers crossed, depends if she ends up with anybody who has one.
And there would be long periods of time where I wouldn't know where she was, and I would have to call my grandparents. Say, have you heard from them? Sometimes they had, sometimes they hadn't. I moved in with my mom for the first time at 14. My dad had made some really big mistakes and was leaving California, and I didn't want to go with him because I was very, very involved in cheerleading and speed skating and school stuff. And so I moved in with my mom for the first time. I won't get too deep into that, but as I said once before, I was pregnant at 16, married at 16, and I had my first daughter at 16. So that was quite a whirlwind, and that was under the care of my mother. So that says enough in itself. And then I went to Florida when my daughter was 1 month old, and that was the end of my mom for 11 years.
Wow.
And then she came and seen me in Florida. She stayed a weekend.
So she's saying she lived with her mom for 1 year? That was it?
When I decided to move away from Florida, which that's a bigger picture, another story, I came to Oklahoma in 98 because my mom wanted to build our relationship after her not being a mom all this time. My mom, over the years since we've been here, has apologized to me a few times. Unlike the other ones, I don't rub it in her face. I don't bash her.
Also, she's saying Christine does. So Amber just simply doing what she her mom.
I don't put her down. In fact, I say, thank you for the apology, Mom, and it's okay. You know, none of us are perfect. We all try our best. And, you know, we're here now. So let's just enjoy life now. That's the kind of mentality I had. I've never played victim like Amber does because of her childhood. There was a lot of drugs and abuse and voids in my life too. And that just makes the huge difference in us. And I think that adds to the jealousy that I have been able to do that. I've been able to go to 16 years of counseling. I had a lot of success on keto, over 130 pounds weight loss. I'm going to be sharing my before and
What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments.
afters with you guys, just so you can get a picture of that level of support that I tried to offer and show her the whole way. She was there the whole way, but she continued to put it down really every chance she got.
Jealousy is an interesting concept that you bring up, because it brings me back to when you and Amber were talking and she said to you that you're actually the one who is jealous because she and her mom have such a good relationship. So it's just interesting to hear.
There's no jealousy there. It's what I always wanted. That's not jealousy. I am hurt. Like I said, when we got to the end of the road, I was left there and they like kind of drove off kind of thing. You know, that's not what I had planned all this time. So there's not jealousy. It's more hurt. It's just, oh my God. But then understanding why would they not want me around makes more sense.
Yeah, see, that's what I said in the video prior to this one with the editing issues, which, oh my goodness. But anyhow, yeah, I don't believe that it's jealousy that what Tammie is feeling. I believe she is just extremely hurt that she did so much for these two women to get together and to try to heal their relationship, be there for each of them, and then when they do get together, it's just to like talk shit and her out of everything. Like, I see that as being very unfair. It doesn't mean that she has to be called for every single thing, obviously, but you know, once a month or something, you guys can't do something, guys can't call, can't anything. Like, there's so many. Amber FaceTimes every single, partner that she has 24/7. She can call her aunt for like 10 minutes and be like, "Hey, what's up? How's your day going?"
Now.
Yeah, and you know what? Do you have anything to add to that thing where Amber said that she couldn't spend time with you unless it was with your sister in attendance as well? Like, what did she think was going to happen? Like, you were going to do something, or?
Yeah, it's just another stupid ass excuse, because number one, at that point, I've known her better than her mom.
I mean, this is the same woman, Amber, the same woman who while she was in where the heck, Wisconsin, she came back and said, "Well, I found someone here," but then she comes back to Oklahoma and says, "Well, I'm a dumb. I don't live in Wisconsin." Like, what? Yeah, she's gonna make up anything to not have to do something. She's she's the worst liar ever. It.
We had a constant relationship. You know what I mean? If anyone that she should have felt comfortable with, it would have been me. And especially, to meet the family after this. It's not like I was a stranger at that point.
I am so sorry that I'm yawning so much. Oh no, what is wrong with me? Holy moly.
You know what I mean? Maybe my kids and my grandkids, I get it. But that's not what we were talking about. So she just used that. And again, more as I just I don't think she wanted me to know her real life, how she acts, what she does, because she knows I went to Kiwi years ago, so that has to stay in her mind somewhere that I'm capable of doing it again. And then here we go, fast forward.
I just know I just think that Amber knows that Tammie isn't the type of person that is going to just go along with anything that Amber has to say just to appease her. And that's simply why she doesn't want Tammie around. She's everybody she's chosen to be around her, they've been specifically chosen because of the type of that they are, and Tammie just doesn't play that.
started, we are. Here I am. So it wasn't, probably a bad decision on her.
And honestly, I think that would kind of be most of the people that watch her who are considered haters. Um, we're just people that if we knew somebody like Amber in real life, we would just, you know, tell them the truth and be like, why do you do these things? Like, why do you say this and do that? What, it's um sometimes I try to get into the mindset of people that have been around her and just let everything, you know, go by and pass, and they just accept it all willy-nilly. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it.
But,
Yeah.
she could have changed too and been a better person, and then you wouldn't worry about, other people doing that. Why can't you just be a good human,
Yeah, and she keeps saying over and over again, "Oh,
He can't control it, Tammie. He can't control it. Life is just happening to her. Oh God.
what did you do? What did I do to you in the last 2 years? What did I do?" If somebody told me, if somebody told me that I couldn't spend time with them unless it was being supervised with another, I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
have a relationship with them.
Exactly.
So now she's saying, "Oh, well, I tried reaching out. I tried reaching out."
Mhm.
I sent a picture and you just hearted it. So I saw between the lines. Such oh gosh. So childish.
She
No.
set the tone when she said, "No, it has to be supervised with your sister."
As if she's a freaking child. A freaking child that it has to be supervised with an abusive parent. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and mind you, that was in the beginning of October, right, when she first came to Oklahoma City. And then I didn't get to see her till November, till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, she had already been there, like, at least a month.
Well, so Amber set that tone, set that rule before she was invited to Thanksgiving. So Aunt Tammie still gave her um a chance by inviting her to her home. After that, I don't think I would have.
Month and a half. And the fact that I didn't get to see her except that first night that she got here when I got to see her girlfriend the one and only time, that just hurt. I was like, I don't understand why. And then I would hear through my mom, oh, well, her and her mom went to the museum today. Her and her mom did this. And I'm just like, why wouldn't they invite me?
Oh, I remember that that looked like it was for kids. Like a little child science museum. Yeah, that would have been perfect time to say, hey, Tammie, on Tammie, come over. We're gonna go to the museum. Just have a girls' night, have a girls' day, whatever. Um, yeah, I see absolutely no reason, unless you're Amber, see absolutely no reason why you wouldn't just invite your aunt who has been there for you, um, since the beginning pretty much since the beginning of her YouTube career.
That's just so weird, and that's how it all started. And then, I stay pretty busy, so sometimes, we'll be here today, and then I'll be busy for 2 or 3 days with work-related stuff, and then it's like, oh wow, no text, no call. I talk to my mom. They're doing this, and I'm just like, okay. And I even have messages where I'm like, I'm glad you're spending time with your mom and getting some time together. It wasn't jealousy. I just didn't want to be totally kicked to the curb, and that's what happened.
Right.
And then the cruising, I think, is another aspect that she's jealous of. I cruise a lot, so therefore I get to experience the world. I get to
like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Okay, cruising means something entirely different to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I've been watching a lot of videos, and when I came across one of, Snowflake reading I guess some story she wrote. It's all based on a cruise ship. I was just like, oh wow. But I think that's just another thing because she obviously can't do those things. She obviously can't, climb waterfalls and walk on the bottom of the ocean. And scuba dive and do all those things. So she hears me doing them,
I think
them.
she
I
could
think
find
over
her
time
way.
it's resentful.
Now, Tammie, I think she could find her way to the bottom of the ocean.
I knew you were going to say that. As soon as I said what I said, I knew.
I think that she could find her way to the bottom of the ocean.
My lordy.
Oh my god! If she keeps messing with someone, all these people that you don't know. What's up? Damn, I'm such a boomer. Live chat. No, nada.
On
goodness.
Thanksgiving, when you were seeing her of 2023, did Christine make her plate at Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh, she made her own plate. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think she did.
All right. 1 or 2.
I really couldn't tell you. I have a just, yeah, I couldn't tell you. Oh. Another thing that's come up, I got a call from, this person sent this to this person sent this, and then I get a call, and yada yada, and I also got a text about Amber saying I was doxing her. And I kind of knew what doxing was from obviously being around on YouTube a little, but I wanted to make sure I understood what doxing meant. So, of course,
Amber believes that you telling someone's name is doxing. The freaking
look it up, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, what? And then,
honestly, I didn't know what doxing was until like maybe 2017. I think I was about 2 years into the Amberverse at that time.
And I realized what she was referring to, and it's just another thing of deflection. Like, holy crap! Like, it's so stupid. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the doxing part on my thing is just confirming that she doesn't need to take an elevator down to take Twinkie outside or to get DoorDash.
Oh, okay. So that's what she was saying. She was doxxed because, yes, Tammie at some point did confirm that she does live on the first floor. So why is she making? Okay, I mean, we all knew that, Amber. We all knew that. I don't know how your mom would be able to knock on your window, bang on your window, if you're on a second floor or something. The hell, Spider-Man going up the side of the building. He's so for real.
And confirming that she lives on the first floor.
Yeah.
That's not really doxing.
Plus, we all knew that because her apartment is handicap accessible, wheelchair accessible, handicap accessible. Yeah, everything's lower to the ground. All the doorways are wider, and yeah, those types of apartments are gonna be on the first floor.
Because number one, it's on video on her things, the window right behind her, ground level. And there's another video where my sister has knocked on her window. What is my sister, 15 feet tall or 25 feet tall, 30 feet tall? Like, how tall is she? So it's not really saying information that's not already out there. Now, if there was apartments that had, 10 floors, and I was to be like, she lives on the 8th floor, and then you were to call around
that's different.
City and see how many apartments have that many floors, then I can see it getting a little messy. But to say someone lives on a ground floor, I think all apartments have.
Plus, honestly, most of the us watchers know exactly what building she lives in. It's been said so many damn times.
Ground floor.
People have also suggested that perhaps she's in an disability compliant apartment, because we do notice things like the lowered countertops and the bar in her bathroom and things like that.
She is in an apartment in that kind of situation. Of course, she didn't ask for it. That's what she got. That's not what she ordered.
Oh, they did put her in like a.
Sorry. That's two chips that I asked for an apple. It's the same situation.
Disability compliant one?
I guess you would consider it, as far as I know, yeah. With everything that you've said and what I've seen, I'd say yes.
Oh, interesting. Oh. But yeah, no, she uses doxing very loosely. I wouldn't
Oh,
listen.
I have no fear.
Yeah,
Nothing.
there was a
Yeah.
time where someone talked about one of her doctors, and it was like a public figure, and she said, "Oh my God, you doxed my doctor." Like
Yeah.
I don't think she knows what that means.
Yeah.
I think somebody took a picture of Jade walking Twinkie one time, and she said that that was doxing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she can show and tell everything under the sun, but anyone that says anything against her or about her is another story.
A thing that we were talking about last week is when Amber Lynn was reaching out to you to drop off vapes. What types of vapes were they? And were they the type of vape
This is
that
interesting.
you are able to get because you have a certain type of card?
Yes, I have the medical marijuana card, and so does several members of my family. You would think Amber would get one, right?
Oh.
Not very hard.
Too lazy.
Not very hard at all.
Oh.
It's sad to say, I do have legitimate diagnosis but it's so, how do I even say that? It's a joke. The medical cards here is an absolute joke. It's another way
Anyone can
to
get it.
have to pay another fee to get what you're going to do anyway, kind of thing, right? You literally get on a video screen most of the time or sit in front of a doctor that you've never met from a day one. He asks you, what are you going to use for your reason? You tell him, he signs the paper, and you go get it. I mean, it's a crock. So
Yeah.
the fact that she doesn't even have one is
That's how
just
lazy
crazy to me. Because why would you want to do stuff like that and have a chance of getting in trouble because you're not legally doing it when you could easily legally do it?
Oh. Well, it's out of laziness. I mean, it could be
Absolutely.
it could be very easy to go and get it, but it's just the fact that it takes a little bit of effort. It's like the same thing of why she didn't vote.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me touch on something before I forget. This little picture that she's trying to portray since this has happened with her relationship with her and my mom. Now, I have not seen or heard or talked to any of them, right? But I know it is just another show because I know my mom. I know her feelings towards Amber. And the whole time, let's just go the last year because that's when really things started where I was seeing documented proof of my mom's illness. Never called and texted her to check on her. Wouldn't answer my mom's text over and over and over again. Phone calls. My mom would talk to my sister about it. It was a big, major ordeal. So how do you go from that? And when she said, "Oh, when I hang out with my grandma," now I can't give you an exact number, but I would say 10 to 15 times in 2 years. It's not really like that much, and it would be them coming over, maybe playing a game, and then it's always food and bingo.
She made it
Amber's
seem like she was
always
spending
in a hurry to leave to go get the food and bingo.
Oh, it was like, okay, we have to go spend time with grandma, and the only reason why she would go through with that is because she got food after.
Absolutely. And the fact also, I think a big part is that there's no way she could use the bathroom at my mom's house. So I've always wondered how that worked out. Impossible.
Toilet? Or like staying over and bathing?
Backyard?
Impossible.
Backyard, maybe.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but
Yeah.
not in the house, in the bathroom that's in the house. Impossible. It is the smallest bathroom I have ever seen in my life.
Slowly.
Oh, so it's very similar to the ER, like, oh, let's go to the ER because we get Denny's after.
Probably.
Oh, my.
Probably.
Well, thank you for clarifying on the vape thing. I know that was a lot of people were wondering about that.
Yeah.
Because we were wondering, I mean, why didn't she just DoorDash the vape? Why didn't she have, why did she need you to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because when she first got here, she just thought she was gonna, she just wanted to have that, and I don't even know. I know the very first time she came here, I had one and she got it, but I don't think I ever actually bought one and gave it to her. And I used to tell my mom all the time, well, she needs to get a card. She needs to get a card, because when my mom would ask, and then my mom got hers, and then that was it. I was like, get it first. That ain't my problem.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna deal with it, So.
Yeah, because I mean that puts you at risk.
Yeah, definitely. And at first, I didn't even think twice. I think I got caught up over it was Amber. I mean, it's just weird. And when you first get legalized here too, it is a transition. You're so used. Because I'm not gonna lie, I smoked it before I was legal too. Like pretty much everyone that smokes it, either you do or you don't. I just legally smoke it now is the only difference. So I really didn't put a lot of thought into that one. I'm really trying to remember, honestly. I'm pretty sure I gave her the one I had. I don't think I've ever bought her one, but not that it's any better, but I'm just trying to be 100% honest with that. But yeah, that's about it for that. But the whole thing with my mom's cancer is my sister or Amber never called and checked up on her or, made sure she was okay. It's been me the whole time. So now if they are going around, it just shows more that it truly is just trying to get that house.
Oh yeah, they want the house.
So gross to me.
Yeah, they want the house.
So gross. Yeah.
Out of all of this, that's what they're taking from it.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm sure Amber's going to love to bring up the past with my mom with cancer. My mom did lie years and years and years ago about having cancer. And it became a very big thing in our family when I found out that it was not true back then. She had Barrett's esophagus, which is precancerous, things that could turn into cancer, but that's not what she was saying. She was living and speaking as if she had cancer, and she told her family, friends, everybody that. She literally would...
Isn't that pretty much what people... I mean, I don't know what my thoughts are on that, but that's what she... It's true.
My children, well, I don't know if I'll be here next year. Well, I don't know if I'll be here next Christmas. And it was constant. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think there's a parent in this world that would want their kids around a woman that talks about dying every single day when there's no documented proof that it was really happening, So my father was actually truly dying. My dad, years later, ended up moving back in with me for his final time. I didn't know, but from the time he moved in, he passed within 4 months. Hospice in my home. It was one of the hardest time, I think truly the hardest time of my life. And during that time, my mom wanted to keep lying about having cancer, trying to take the focus off of my...
So, I mean, God, it's so freaking the same. Like when, Beck's mom, her, they all suck, don't they?
Father onto her. She wanted me to put him in an old folks home, assisted place, and let him die there because it would be too much work for me to do it at home. She may have been right. It was hard, but no, I said no. And I even told her that day, well, you just remember that when it's your day, that you wanted me to put my dad in a home. Maybe I'll consider that for you. Because what had happened is I think I started getting very, very nervous about losing both of my parents. I knew my dad was dying within days, and my mom kept saying she's dying, but nothing to support it, no proof, And so I did the unthinkable. I did. I called her doctor because at the time I was her medical proxy, and I was as honest as I could be. And I even told them, I don't know if I'm just so afraid right now because I'm fixing to lose my dad and I may be afraid of losing my mom. I could be in so much denial right now, but I need to hear it from you guys. that my mom has cancer because either I need help or she needs help, but one of us needs help in this equation. And on the Bible, they got so mad and upset because my mom even did that to me. They said they spent 45 minutes talking to my mom her last visit, telling her everything to support the fact that she did not have cancer. My mom is a hypochondriac. Talk about Googling symptoms and having the diagnosis. She is the queen.
Oh.
And so I had to hold that in because I was losing my dad. And then I lost my dad on December 11th. After the holidays, I have kids, I have grandkids. You have to hold it together. And then finally, the day after Christmas, I'm like, I don't want to take this into the new year. I'm tired. And I confront my mom face to face sitting at her kitchen table. And I said, Mom, call the doctor. This is what they said. Why did you do that? And you know what she did? She yelled at me and said these exact words. Are you, well, I'm going to say the effing instead of the full word. I'm trying not to cuss so much, but are you effing happy, Tammie? Are you effing happy that you found out I don't have cancer? Yelled at me. And I was like, yes. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, but I'm mad that you lied about it. But, you know, talk about a mind fuck.
What was she supposed to respond to that? How is that the first thing you think about? What? That is demented. Holy shit. And you know Amber would react the same way. That is so crazy. That is beyond crazy.
Been through it, you know, and now she really has lung cancer. Documented. I see it with my own eyes in her results, and that's when it became real. Not when she said it, when I got to see it.
Why do you think she did it? Because your dad was getting all the attention from actually having it. She had to have it too to get attention.
My mom is an extremely lonely woman. Partly because it's like kind of like when you're a certain way your whole life, you know, no one wants to think of the end of the road.
Freaking Amber. Dude, I'm going crazy. She is describing Amber. Oh my god. Amber's her mini. I mean, not the mini.
Right? They just want to just do what they're doing and just think at the end it's going to all be okay and they're going to just live happily ever after. And that's not the case. My mom does have like the voice and like the face kind of like that resting bitch face, and she comes across like she's mad all the time in her voice. And I can vouch for that. That's not always true, but she does come across that way, and that's something she's battled with her whole life. And so that plays a part. She don't have a lot of friends. She's in sexless.
I mean, wait, something about sexless that I don't think I really want to know, but I know many of my relatives, me included, we do tend to have a resting bitch face, but we still have a lot of people around, you know, because we're not assholes. Um, it's mostly it that if she's lonely, it's because she's an absolute terror to be around, like her granddaughter. But what's this sexless thing that I don't think I want to hear? But let's press play anyhow.
In relationships every time, which I just couldn't imagine. So that starts messing with you.
I mean, another similarity, right? Back, AC, which guys, if I did see that that little live stream that she did, like 7 minutes long, where she was like who she's been touched by, which is freaking disgusting. Now, she didn't say Casey, so everything Rain and Petals eavesdrop. She told on herself that she lied, and I don't think she's smart enough to realize what she did until being told later.
doesn't even sleep in the same bed as her partners, her current partner, her ex-husband, like separate rooms kind of stuff. So loneliness, no compassion, no one that sits with my mom and watches a show, does anything. Still to this day, well, it depends what she wants to call him from day to day based on his actions. But her caretaker, her live-in roommate, her ex-boyfriend, current boyfriend, I don't know what title he wears today, but he still lives in the house and has, 12 years, I think, something. He's 99% of the time out in the garage because he can't stand to be around my mom. Oh. Her ex-husband did the same thing. Same garage. I mean, it's just weird. So she's a very...
Oh, well, Amber, if you ever get somebody that can stand to be around you for a certain amount of time, I mean, I guess that's gonna be her future. The time she has stuff to... I mean, her grandma isn't
lonely person, and she wants the attention. That's why she does all the medical stuff. And that's okay. So I didn't talk to my mom for about 2 years after that happened. I was devastated. And
what year was this?
About 15 years ago.
Okay, so like 2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just thinking of the timeline.
Yeah, and then my sister, she did play a huge part of getting me and my mom talking again. My sister trying to use her newfound spirituality of forgiveness, and we only got one mom, and blah blah blah, and just all this stuff, and everyone says that, oh, you only got one mom, and it makes me try again and again. I get it. Yeah, we only got one mom, but...
Yeah, but if that one mom sucks as much, why are you gonna tear yourself apart attempting to be there for this person? Sometimes it's just not worth it.
Sometimes it's just not enough,
Oh.
So, man...
It's really interesting to hear you say that she has the tendency to be Googling all of her symptoms and diagnosing herself, and because all the while you were saying...
Be right back, guys. I need to get myself something to drink or something. I am hungry. Back.
Saying that, I was thinking, I know somebody like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'd just be, dying, because it's definitely similar. And, Amber picking up on people's storylines and traumas, man, have I seen that so much over the last few days. It's like, how can somebody be so calculated and manipulative, and it seems like it would take brains to do some of that.
It's such an empty shell. That's what it is. Amber doesn't... I don't think there is an Amber. I don't know if that's stupid to say, but I don't think there is one. She's just a succubus. Is that a succubus? I don't know. She's an energy vampire. She sucks people's personality. She sucks everything in her to make something that resembles a human. She's one of a kind. I will say that. From what I've seen, from people that I've met, I have never come across someone like Amber, and she is terrifying.
But then be so damn stupid on the other side of it.
Yeah. If you're gonna be a liar and you're gonna take you have to be smart.
Yeah, she's so bad at it. She's so bad at it. Even before all this happened, I remember seeing, I don't know if I was watching her or a reaction, but I remember her on live saying, I'll be right back. I thought she had said dogs. I even questioned, dogs. There's only one dog. But anyway, and then, making it like she had to go down the elevator. But the length of time that she was gone was it seemed to me like a minute. And I'm thinking, okay, first of all, she didn't go down in an elevator. And if she did, it would take a lot longer to go down in an elevator and take your dog out and then come back up. I was just like, she doesn't even try to lie good anymore. Wow. So
lying is just as lazy as everything else.
Incredible.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Does your I'm just curious, does your mom have an aversion to taking medication?
My mom takes a lot of medication.
You know, just because in this stream we're watching here now, Amber Lynn is terrified to take blood pressure medicine.
Yeah, but she'll do the Ozempic, right? Isn't that a little bit more dangerous?
Well, what about the bags of McDonald's and all that other shit?
Yeah, and all that. That's what I'm saying. That's just like it blows my mind when she does stuff like that.
I'm just wondering
Now,
where she got that from.
You know, I was just about to say how she steals people's things and stuff. Out of anybody in our family, that would describe me, and every member in my family would attest to that. I'm the kind of person that if, you know, like, oh, I have a headache. And they'll be like, oh, it's escalated. It's really at a peak. Whew, my head hurts. Most people at that point would take some ibuprofen or some Tylenol, right? I'll keep it, and then it'll take.
That sounds like my mom. Even though she doesn't have an aversion, she'll be like, "Oh wow, yeah, it's getting worse." I'm like, "Can you just freaking take a Tylenol?" Holy moly!
Someone to say, "Well, why don't you take something?" I'll be like, "Well, I'm gonna see if it's gonna pass naturally." You know, I only take things when I like. They say if I take medicine, you know I'm hurting, kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. And when it came to, which I did misspeak, and I need to correct that too. When I said I haven't been on medication, or I was in counseling for 16 years and haven't been on medication for about 6 years, I think I said. That's pretty accurate. But I think in 2023, I would have to look it up. There was a couple month period that I was going through a really bad depression. And I didn't want to take medicine, though, because I was one of the people that was, when I was on the medicines for so long, I did look up, you know, side effects, long-term effects, all those kind of things. But I would talk to my counselor about this, and I'd be like, I don't want to be on medication for the rest of my life. I get some people need it, and that's fine if you're that. A lot of my stuff was trauma-based. So as you work through that trauma, things change, and sometimes if you're lucky, like I feel I was able to slowly, under counseling evaluations, break away from my medications to where I was no medicine for a very long time. But then stress got a little high at a certain point, and we were at the doctor's office, and I was there with my husband, and I just started crying. You know, I was at the beginning of the breaking, I guess. It probably did have a lot to do with Amber, but I'm not going to blame it on her, but the time period aligns, I'm just saying. And it just was a little much. And so they asked me if I would consider going back on medication just to get me, like, through that season. It didn't have to be forever, whatever, you know? So I did agree to it. But again, the side effects and the possible long-term effects were greater than what I was going through. So I chose to not do it. So I think if anyone that would come from, it would be closer to coming from my storyline rather than her own. Because I've never seen evidence of it until recent from her. So I think it's just
I mean, don't you guys remember that time, if you've been here long enough, when she was with Destiny? She was having some headaches or something, and Destiny said, well, that she has like some Motrin or Bayer, whatever she had. And then, you know, she said, oh, it's the regular strength, something like that. And Amber just said, oh, why didn't you get like the max strength or the extra strength, whatever. And that doesn't really sound like somebody who is afraid of medicine, right? They would want to take the lowest dosage possible that could help you and not ask for like the extra strength. But it just jumped in my head.
Another, you know, and Amber loves to talk about things that like nobody else would kind of know that there's an underlying cut. She does it a lot. Like, you know, have you noticed a lot of the anxiety talk right now, right? A lot of it about feeling like her big fear of dying in a car accident. That's 100% me. That is my story. That is not her story. I have Facebook posts that you could go back and read about my anxiety in a car, and that my number one fear is dying in a car and has been since a little girl. And me and my husband were hit by a semi, and that really affected me to where I would pull off on the side of the road sometimes crying, calling him or his mother, going, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I'm going to die. You know, traumatized from getting hit by a semi, like we were hit bad. And then about 2 or 3 years later, actually the first day of driving home to my house for the first time from work, I got hit by a semi a second time. So I've had some severe trauma. Again, the difference between me and Amber, she would have let that stop her, right? I fought harder. I still drive today. Do I get anxiety sometimes? Yep. I hate going by semis. I hate being, but I'm not going to let it stop me. My trauma will never stop me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what I wanted to share with Amber. You know, we go through hard times, but you don't have to let it stop you. If anything, make it be your story to help other people, you know? Be like, you don't have to let that stop you. Push through it. Get to the other side, you know? I still battle with anxiety every single day of my life, but I work through it. Use the 5 senses. You know, my husband so many times has to tell me, Dave, name 5 things that you see. Name 4 things that you can touch. You know, he goes down the line to bring me back. That's my battle, and she knows that. So it's just little cuts like that I just makes me despise her more and more daily.
It really is almost as if she's not her own person and she's just stolen stories of your sister, you, your grandma, any other family members.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of crazy stuff.
Well, again, Tammie, I appreciate you coming on here and having.
Thank you so much for letting me get that out. That was a few things that I've just been hearing, and I'm just not, start a reaction channel, all that kind of stuff. I'm still in process,
Yeah.
There's times where I see something and I'll answer a question, or it feels good to talk it out a little bit, but I'm just taking it day by day right now. But just there's a lot of hurt and a lot of acceptance going on. So, but I will come out on the other side.
Yes, you will.
I have no doubt on that. So, but thank you again for just letting me talk. Just
anytime.
I appreciate you guys. I never in my wildest dreams would think that my niece's reactors would be part of my healing process.
Oh.
But that's the way life is, right? It's so crazy. It works in mysterious ways. At least my God does. So I thank him.
Yeah, I mean, Amber Lynn loves to call us the hate channels, the haters, all that kind of stuff. I mean, we all didn't start out that way. I mean, I've grown to be more apathetic toward her, but I didn't start out that way.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right.
Neither did I, but here we are. Here we all. All right, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that. That was a long video, so I think, right. So, what you guys thought. I still have other things that I need to film, edit, time to fix. We'll be all caught up. Then I can actually make videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys thought. I already said that. Comment, like, subscribe, or dislike if you disliked it. It's all good. And I'll be seeing you very soon, alright? I hope you guys have a wonderful night.